suffering. I mean, I think, maybe I'm making a generalization here, but I think pain and suffering are really very much seen as the enemy. There's this, at all costs, push it away, or it doesn't exist the way it is. And my own personal feeling is that what needs to shift is perhaps the view of that. But my role is to be present, to receive that, and sometimes simply bearing witness to what's arising. And so the idea of creating the causal perspective of something that contributes to conditions that are conducive to whatever that person's experiencing is what creates a space and a spaciousness, at least that's my experience. So with an attitude of serving, it's a subtle attitudinal difference in my experience. It's not about fixing, certainly, the mechanical kind of model, because that's full of judgment, and it works great for computers, but it doesn't for human beings. And or even helping. If I'm the helper, then you're the helpee, and it's characterized by separation. I mean, it becomes very subtle, but I think the intention of the caregiver about being present to what is in that space is a cause for creating a condition of a mutual experience.
Certain scenes in movies just hit me, and so I can just play that scene, and it stimulates the grief. Or the music, certain music will stimulate the grief. So I can then enter into the grief, feel it, and it tends to pass quickly, but it's enough for me. Just to have it arise, be aware of it, see it, investigate it, what's it connected to, and then it's gone. And I know it's not all gone, because grief isn't like that. But at least I've had the opportunity to have it and let it go.
Your grief is so great, and sometimes I think it's okay to be numb. I think it's okay to have false hope, to get them through that part of the process, because they are going to have to face their grief at some point, because their baby isn't going to make it. And so the challenge for me, and what I heard in your question is the challenge for you, is for me to be with that, to be with them in a way that is really a witnessing or a nurturing of their process. Because what I find can happen in myself is that I start to get judgmental, or I start to think, oh, they need to get over this because they need to pull the plug on this kid because this baby is actually suffering with all of this machinery and stuff. But it's not my child, it's their child, and the decisions that they're making are important to them, and that part of what they're doing for this baby is an expression of that. So I have learned to step back a little bit and offer them loving kindness, offering them metta for something that they're going through that is extremely difficult. Because with children and little ones, it's such an incredibly painful thing to lose your child. I mean, it's very different to lose your grandmother, because she was old, she had a life, and it's okay, we're very sad that she's dying, but to lose your future, your child, is an incredibly hard thing. So